Alright, today is leg day! Woo! We are going for a later workout tonight because I just got out of work. So, work was good, but we need to focus on the lift. So for tonight, we're going to do a quad focused workout. Try and get a nice quad pump. Because if you don't have legs like Tom Platz, there's nothing to it, you know? There is nothing worth doing if you do not have thick, voluptuous legs. So, we're gonna go get some quad activation. We're gonna do some calves because if you're skipping your calves, you know that you'll find me there. I will be disappointed. But, all that's to say, quad's very important, and calves, super important. You need to do your calves. Don't skip your calf workouts. Because, you know, when a Spanish woman of value looks at you and sees your skinny chicken legs, and then she looks down further and you've got no calves, I mean, you're practically giving yourself a double whammy there, you know? You're setting yourself up for failure. But, if pretty lady of value looks at you and you've got thick legs, you know, it's practically your trump card there. So, you want to make your trump card as incontestable as possible. So, we'll do calves. Then, we'll probably get not as much hamstring work, but enough hamstring work to where you can feel it. I want to get a pump, but I also want to make sure I'm getting a nice stretch and good development of my hamstrings. And, so tonight's workout will probably consist of 3 sets of squats, lighter weight, so we'll probably do 2 plates as a good place to stay there. And we might have to take it down at some point, but I want to focus on the squats, hamstring curls, calf raises, and then we'll probably do some thigh quad extensions and maybe some RDLs. I'm not sure. I haven't decided on the RDLs. But 3 sets of squats, 2 sets of leg extensions, 3 sets of hamstrings, curls. We'll probably end up doing some leg press, but I don't want to do too much leg press, because that's not the same activation that we're going for. So, we'll do that. And, yeah. And then calves, we'll do the calf raises. I like the sitting ones. They don't give you as much of a stretch, but the focus on the activation is more constructed towards the peak, and not so much the whole length of the calf, but it's that big chunk on the end of it. That's the powerhouse of your calf. So, if you want nice looking calves, seated calf extensions, not a bad choice. You know, they're not a bad exercise. But if you want a long, athletic calf, which is completely fine too, stretching calves are good as well. So we'll probably do 1 or 2 sets of each, and I'll alternate them as well. So we'll go with the sitting ones, then the big stretching ones, and then back and forth. And then we'll hit the pose. We'll hit some poses. Go look at what we've done, the thrashing of the legs that we have accomplished. And then we'll go home and eat a meal. And I do have a Q&A. So I do have 1, 2, or maybe 3 Q&A questions, I think is what I saw from the Instagram. So we'll make sure to go check out those questions and answer them for you while I'm eating. Or I'll just answer them not while I'm eating. You know, I don't know yet. But leg day will be accomplished in an orderly and somewhat high rep, lower weight, but still definitely high intensity. I do want some not being able to walk tomorrow ability, so yeah. So with my quads, on the leg extensions, I really want to make sure I can start from as close to my butt with my heels on the machine as possible, because studies have found that the more stretch you get in your quad on leg extensions from the machine being more angled in, the more action you get there, the bigger the muscle growth, and the more plump your legs will be. So we want to make sure that we get enough quad stretch, enough tension to get that without putting myself in the hospital, because I don't want to be, hospitalized leg sore, but I want to be thrashed enough for the pump. And we'll check that out. So with the squats, we want to try and get as perfect squat form as we can get to really focus on my quads in the squats. And what I really need to get, and it's unfortunate I don't have it yet, I should have it, is I'm going to get some squatting shoes. And what squatting shoes do is they elevate your heel up off the ground like maybe an inch and a half, but that inch and a half can be the difference in your workout of being super sore, but getting those leg muscles and then being not so sore. So I need to get some squat shoes, and invest in my leg day. Because usually my leg days are pretty intense, and I only do maybe one a week. So I try and do one a week, high intensity, high volume, low reps. But for this one particularly, I want to do higher reps, lower weight, and see if I can get a different activation on my legs. Shock it a little bit. But yeah, and on the hamstring curls, you really need to make sure that you do the sitting ones where you lean back instead of lying hamstring curls, because lying hamstring curls, at most times you tend to incorporate the lower back arching or messing around in different muscle activations that you don't want. But when you're sitting, it's harder to do that. And studies have proven that sitting hamstring curls are slightly better in the activation and stimulation part, and that's mainly what we're looking for. So we want to make sure we get that. And for activation's sake, we want to lean back so we can maximize the quad stimulation and our extensions. So I need to make sure I lean back my quad extensions to get the extra stretch up my leg. That'll be really, really important. And I'm thinking I probably should do RDLs, but I'll probably do it on the Smith machine, because the RDLs on the Smith machine will be slightly by this point easier for good reason. It'll be pretty important for me at the end of this workout that the RDLs be easier than hard. And particularly because a lot take over at that point. So dumbbells are good. I think they're better than barbells. I'm not sure. Or Smith machines. But you definitely need to consider things in your exercises as you're going through. You know, like I said, I've got like 3-4 quad exercises that I'm doing. So I really need to watch myself on my sets, my weight and intensity, that we keep the intensity up and the weight down and the reps up, so I can get all my exercises and get the most amount of activation and stimulation that I'm looking for. So we really just need to make a mindful note of that as I go. Because if I'm not careful, you know, I can end up going crazy on my quads. And, you know, while this is a quad-based workout, like I said earlier, you know, I'm not looking for hospitalization. So, things to keep in mind with your workouts is very important to consider. So, but, yeah, exercise is very important that you pick what you're doing before you go. So, you go in there with an idea of what you're doing and you're focused and you're set in what you're doing. So, this workout will probably take me 30-40 minutes. I'd be surprised if it took an hour. I think I'd be pretty surprised if it took an hour. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, but if it's taking me an hour to do this many exercises, this many reps, sets, then, I mean, obviously I'm going for higher reps, but if it takes me that long to get through this, then I'll know better for next time of how long to expect. But coming out of work, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good leg workout, because my legs are already pretty warm from my activity at work. So that's very important. You always need to make sure that you're warmed up for all your heavy weight, heavy intensity, heavy rep workouts. Like if I'm going in and I'm benching, and I know I'm going in to bench 225, you know, I'll do a little warm up first so I don't tear a muscle or, you know, mess anything up or tweak myself. So, or a heavy back day, make sure you warm up your back. So, for this, we'll do a warm up set of each exercise. I think just lower weight, higher reps, just to warm the muscle up, and then we'll up the weight. So, very, very important to warm up your muscles. You know, you can go into a workout and not warm your muscles up and be fine, but there is a high risk of injury, and the injury to survival rate is not too appealing personally. So I want to avoid injury as much as possible because I want to be able to do my leg workouts. So if I'm injured and that stops me from being able to do my leg workout, then you know, things to consider changing. So, but I don't really know where this guy's going, but we're gonna go over here. All right. So we're gonna get this leg workout in. It's gonna be very good, and if I can get any clips while I'm in there, great. If not, then we'll see you in the pose room. Legs are shaking so bad. That's all we got. Let's go home. Alright, we're home, and we're getting homemade tattoos made, so I've already got a couple on. We've got my knee here. Got a hazmat sign, and then my birthday. So, pretty sick stuff. And then there's one on my back, but my sister messed it up a little bit, so we're just gonna ignore that one. So, what are you gonna be doing on my calf here, Shaylee?
the Superman's logo and Batman's logo?
On alternating calves. So we're going to have Batman on one, Superman on the other. And then while she's doing that, we're just going to talk. Okay. Go ahead. Ooh.
Do you want Superman on the right path and Batman on the left?
Yes.
Because he's left behind because he lost both his parents. That got dark real quick.
He's left behind, so yeah, he's on my left behind. I should get Batman on my left butt cheek.
No.
When I get older, just for that. Why'd you get Batman on your left butt cheek? Because he was left behind. So, workout was good. Bump was good. I am super sore. I've been flexing around a little bit, and my legs are still shaking.
Do you want red and blue?
Yes, red and blue, and black, and yellow. It is a classic logo. I don't like the new logo. Yeah, that one.
Okay, but there's no blue.
That's fine. I don't know that there was blue in the original.
Yellow.
I don't think there was.
Black. Well, no, because his shirt is blue.
Yeah, I don't think there was blue in the logo. Anyways.
It's very awkward.
So, we got the hamstrings, calves, quads. I ended up spending a good bit of the time talking to my buddy I was training for a little bit a couple months ago. He's asking me about health and nutrition. I think that was really good for the Q&A part of this last bit because he was asking me really good questions about what I was talking about. So the first question he asked me was, what does your training look like? And I said, well, at the moment, it's lighter weight and higher reps, more concentration, stimulation, and stretch. So I can get max muscle growth for least amount of pain. But when we were training, I was focusing on the pain. And I think that's really good for strength training, but I'm not going so much for strength training at the moment. We're going for looks. That's what's important, right, Shaylee?
Huh?
Having big muscles.
I would assume usable muscles is more important, but sure.
She's not going to pay attention to Shaylee's opinion. So, we've got that. And then he asked me, okay, so for what he was doing, for athletic things, he said, yeah, if you're going for strength, which he said he was going to in the summer part of next year. So I told him to get on a 5-month bodybuilding. Is what he wanted. He wanted to put on size. So I said, get on a 5-month bodybuilding diet and exercise to bulk up, and then come April, get on strength training. So you'll already have the size and strength to come with that, but get on the strength training later and bodybuilding first. So he's going to start doing that. One of the questions that I got on my post was, how can you be healthy and not necessarily about looks, but how can you lift to be healthy? And I think, for health-based lifting, not lifting as heavy, but lifting moderate body weight, I think is fine. If you want to load up, a lot on the bench, that's fine for size or strength building or whatnot. But if you're looking for health base, a moderate weight, moderate exercising, I'd say 3 reps or 3 sets, 6 to 12 reps is probably fine body weight. So
yeah, you tell me all the time to do body weight.
Yeah. So if you can't do body weight on if you can't do your body weight on bench press, get to body weight on bench press. That's super important for health reasons. I think it's 1.5 times your weight on squat, 2 times your weight on squat, 2 times your weight on deadlift. And if you can do 10 pull-ups, that's good. 20 push-ups consecutive, 10 pull-ups consecutive. But being healthy also has to do with your diet. So if you're looking to eat healthy, that's That's fine. Eat a lot of vitamins, nutrient food, and protein. Meats. Carbs are good. There's a stigma around carbs, but that's mostly for losing weight. So if you want to lose weight or cut down in size and get lower body fat percentage, less carbs, but still eat carbs. Carbs are good. Sugars, lower your sugar intake. But the main thing, I've told Chili before, your calorie levels is what determines your weight loss and weight gain. So if you want to gain weight, up your calories. If you want to lose weight, lower your calories. For Shaylee's ballet training, I told her to do body weight and a little bit. She wanted to do. Did you want to get bigger in your upper body or stronger in your upper body?
I wanted to get more defined and stronger because I look like literal spaghetti.
So if you want to look strong and be strong, lifting weights is a good way to go. And then staying lower on the calories to keep the body weight off. So you'll be more defined and you'll build muscle at the same time. It just won't be as easy. For me, myself, higher calories, lift weights, heavy weights, high intensity, high reps, low weight, anything of the sort. So I'm kind of doing a mix of strength training and bodybuilding, and both very important. But for health reasons, if you want to be healthy in the gym, lift your body weight. Body weight on bench. Can't do body weight on bench, build up to it. 2 times your body weight on squat or 1.5 times your body weight on squat. 2 times your body weight in deadlift. Those are only 3 things you should be worried about necessarily for checking to see if you're in good physical shape. 10 pull-ups consecutive, 20 push-ups consecutive. Quite easy. If that's the way you want to be healthy, that's fine. But also, if you can't afford to eat on eating a lot of food, then maybe bulking up is not possible. You can lift weights and gain muscle at a slower rate, but you can. So don't stress about that. There is ways to make muscle, build muscle, if you can't necessarily achieve it by eating high calorie foods or dense. How's the Superman logo going back there?
It's coming. It's not too bad.
Oh, dang.
Compared to all the other stuff I messed up, it's not bad.
That is a thick. I'll show it when she's done.
Well, if you want to show them the in-between kind of marking thing, I'm fine with that.
For the Batman one, can you do the Christian Bale Batman symbol?
We'll find a picture of that in just a minute.
Yeah, it's a little pointier and sharper, but
I'll do whatever you want. It's technically, going to be your tattoos. Also, we are doing Sharpie, not actual tattooing, just in case anybody's confused.
Important clarification. Okay, next thing. Another question I had was the scheduling of your workouts. I was asked, if you do arm day on Monday, back and chest day on Tuesday, leg day on Wednesday, skip Thursday, and then what would you do on Friday? I said, well, for Monday, I would just basically go in for pump. So that's kind of the best way to describe it in simple terms. But in more complicated terms, go in, do moderate weight, lightweight, high reps. Focus on the stimulation of the muscle and not necessarily throwing a lot of weight around. Because, you're doing biceps, triceps. And then Monday, you got chest and back. So on chest and back, then you go a little heavier. And for legs, since you only have 1 leg day a week, hit it as hard as possible. Cats hit the ceiling fan and everything. Just go absolutely ballistic on legs. Skip calves, because on Friday you're going to do abs, shoulders, and calves. So, you have a little bit of a rest period where you don't have to be completely sore on your legs. And then on Friday, you'll do abs, shoulders, and calves. And then rest. So Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, rest completely. And then, if that's the kind of schedule you want to go to. The schedule I'm on is more like a 5-6 day kind of workout schedule. But I change up the regimen and intensity. So that's just how I like to do it. And that's the advice I had for him on it. But leg day today was good. I'm going to go get a meal in after we're done putting ink on my body. And then tomorrow will be a stretch day. So there will be no weightlifting tomorrow. But we'll go over some important stretches to have and things you can do to relax your muscles for next week. So very important. But catch you guys tomorrow for the stretching. You want to say bye, Shirley?
Bye.
She's weird, awkward. We'll have
Shut up.
we'll have her on.